Good afternoon, everyone. Yep, I'm back. Holy cow. What turned out to be a 16-day vacation. It was longer than I had planned on, mainly because, and I should realize this by now, I just don't cover the driving distance in a day that I used to. I get tired. Anyway, it's good to be home, good to be back here with Strat-O-Matic and all you guys. Colin's here, Mike's here, Kenyon's here. There's Joe Horland. And we're going to pick up where we left off, June the 14th, 1966. This is, of course, a 1966 full season replay for those who do not know. And today we will have the St. Louis Cardinals at the New York Mets. The Mets going for a sweep of the 3-game series. They're on a 4-game winning streak, in fact. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Kenyon. Hello, Larry, and hello to Kathy. And Kathy predicted it on the last video I posted, that Mookie would be back in his tower. And that's where he is right now. I'm sure he's happy to be home. He can relax finally and not be worried about being hassled by strangers, which he sees. It gets him excited. Oh, Larry, you're not home. What are you doing? You on the road? Oh, you're in London. Holy cow. Tea and crumpets for everybody. Well, we've got kind of an uneventful game, at least on paper, with Tracy Stallard, the right-hander for St. Louis, and Dick Rustick, the lefty for the Mets. Both have been really bad this season. I'm not even going to mince any words. Stallard 0-1 with a 9.60 ERA. This is just his second start. He's worked 7 games out of the pen. And Rustick, in his only start, gave up 6 hits and 5 runs in 6 innings of work, 0-1, 7.50. So it sounds like we're going to see some runs. Again, of course, it's Strat-O-Matic. You never know. In one game, anything can happen. Ah, yes, the other side of the pond. And there's Cosmo. Hello, Cosmo. Magnificent trip. Covered the entire Oregon coast from Washington, Long Beach, Washington, clear down to Eureka, California, and back. One of the funniest things, I think, was the video I posted where Mookie tried to climb up above the curtains, the drapes. That was the last night of the trip, coming home. $9:30, yeah, 8 hours. That's right. A lot of good food was consumed. A lot of great scenery. Just a fantastic trip. I probably could have stayed longer, but to be honest with you, it's good to be home, and I couldn't afford it anyway. As it is, it's going to take me 6 months to pay off this trip. Probably 7 months. Anyway, it was worth it. Here's the lineup for the Cardinals. It's going to be Julian Javier leading off at second base. Phil Gagliano is at first base. Kirk Flood in center field. Mike Shannon will be in right field batting fourth. Jerry Buchek's at third base today. Lou Brock in left moves down to the 6th spot. Pat Corrales will do the catching. Dal Maxville at short. And Stallard, the pitcher, hitting 9th. Let's see if I remember how to play this game, huh? Hello, Colin, and thank you. Hello again, and thank you for the warm welcome, everyone. Let's see if I can get this score sheet lined up a little bit. And as I said before, let me see if I still remember how to play. Okay, here are the umpires for today's contest. Stan Landis behind the plate, Mel Steiner at first, Al Barlick at second, and Augie Donatelli. Sounds like an old Paisan there, huh? Down at third. And with Rustic ready to work, the left-hander waiting on Javier, who steps in now. Javier hitting just 192, 7 home runs, 21 RBIs though. Right-handed infielder. Here's the pitch from the left-handed Rustic. It's a 1-2 grounder down to first base. Cranepool has it, underhands to Rustic, and we are underway. Yay! Here's Gagliano. Phil Gagliano at 238. No homers, 10 RBIs. The pitch from Rustic. That's going to be a 6-11 right-handed. The fly ball to right field X. Tough chance for Luplo. A good outfielder, 3-4. Luplo sprinting towards the dot. On a 13, it'll be the error range. It's a 4 on an E4. This could be trouble, and it is. That's going to be a 2-base error on Luplo. So a rare error by Luplo allows Gagliano to reach second. And that's going to bring up the center fielder, Curt Flood. Flood batting 282, 4 home runs, 19 RBIs. Rustic checks the runner. Comes to the plate, 2-9 lefty, and that's ripped into right field for a base hit. That's going to drive in a run. Triple on a 1. It'll be a long single. Scoring Gagliano. So an RBI single for Flood. And the Cardinals jump out to a 1-0 lead. Hello, Bill. Oh, he got it. If he can get in, he can get out. He turned himself around and went back the other way. Let's check Flood at first base now. Flood good speed down there, and Rustic with a terrible +8 hold. Stevenson a +1 arm behind the plate. Of course, the most it can be is +5. So Flood at 20 held at 18. He's going to roll for the lead. 2 through 6 or 12. That's going to be a 3. He's got the lead. 1 to 18. Here he goes. The throw down from Stevenson. He's stolen it. Then here's the next pitch to Shannon. 1-7 lefty, and he loses in ball 4. So Rustic having all kinds of trouble here at the outset. In fact, Stevenson taking a little jog out to the mound. Hey, Franklin, thank you. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. I like that, Colin. Is baseball even legal in the UK? I don't know. There's been a lot of changes in the law lately. And I'm not even sure car theft is a crime anymore. Jerry Buchek stands in. Buchek at 327 on the year, 4 homers, 27 RBIs. In fact, he leads the team now in RBIs with 27. Rustic settling in now. Here's the pitch. 1-8 lefty, a grounder to short. McMillan has it. He goes to hunt for 1. On to first. 6-4-3 double play, and that'll end the top of the first. The Cardinals settle for a run on a hit and leave 2. And that run will be unearned, charged to Rustic. Hello, Kelly. Good to see you. I didn't think about that, Larry. Yeah. Hands across the water. Or in this case, YouTube across the water, I guess. As Stallard gets loose, let's take a look at the Mets lineup for today's game. Johnny Lewis in center field leads it off. Ron Hunt at second. Luplo, who made that error in the top of the inning, is in right. John Stevenson, for some reason, in the cleanup spot. He'll do the catching. Ron Swoboda in left. Ed Cranepool is the first baseman. Eddie Brassu gets the start at third base today. A day off for, help me out here, Boyer. And McMillan at short with Rustick the pitcher rounding out the lineup. And here's Stallard. You can look at that card, and there's definitely danger there. Stallard ready to go to work. Up steps Johnny Lewis. Once again, if you missed the beginning, the Mets going for this 3-game sweep of the Cardinals here. They have a 4-game winning streak, and they're out of last place. That's right. That dubious distinction now belongs to the Cubs. Lewis hitting just 162, 1 homer, 8 RBIs, left-handed hitter. Stallard over the windup. It's a 111 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to deep right field. Backing up is Shannon, 1-12 at the wall. He leaps up and makes the catch at the wall. What a play by Shannon to rob Lewis of a home run. That'll bring up Hunt, who's hitting 270, no home runs, 9 RBIs. And only 5 hit by pitches so far for Hunt. He's underperforming in that area. Kathy's for the Mets. Larry going to Paris tomorrow. Wow. So would you care to give us a little of your itinerary there, Larry? It sounds exciting. Stallard into the windup now. Here's the pitch to Hunt on a 2-3. He pops him up on the left side. Maxville will take it, and quickly there's 2 down. Here's Al Luplo now. I'm trying to find his stats. Here he is. 207 average, 2 homers, 9 RBIs. Left-handed hitter. Stallard with the pitch. It's a 3-9 right-handed. That's ripped into right center, double to 8. And that will be a double for Luplo. So a 2-out double by Luplo. Runner in scoring position, and the catcher John Stevenson, the batter. Stevenson on the year, hitting just 194, 1 home run, 4 RBIs. Stallard checks the runner. Now comes to the plate, 6'5", left-handed, a high fly ball to shallow right. Shannon jogging in, waiting on it, and puts it away. And the Mets strand a runner at second base. So after 1 inning of play, it is 1-0 St. Louis. And hello to Ben Witz. Got to give me a game to knock the rust off here, but so far so good. I'm not completely thrilled with this. Don't quite have all of the score sheet in the picture. There we go. And hello to Mangler, a new name in the chat, I believe, unless I'm mistaken, which I often am. Oh, Stonehenge, fantastic. Buckingham Palace and the Tower of London today. Well, welcome, Mangler. I'll tell you, you won't find a better group of fellows and ladies. Sorry, Kathy. Than in this chat room. Here's Brock to start off the second. 265 average, 6 homers, 25 RBIs. Rustick gets his sign. The pitch is a 6'5" left-handed, a grounder down to first. Cranepool will take it to the bag himself, and there's 1 down. Here's the catcher, Pat Corrales. Corrales just 7 for 40. as the backup catcher. It's a 175 average, still looking for his first home run. The pitch from Rustic is a 2-9 left-handed, and he hits him. And we're going to have to roll for that. He will take his base. So Corrales drilled. Runner at first, one down, and here's the shortstop, Dal Maxville. Maxville hitting .329 in limited duty, 70 at-bats, no homers, 8 RBIs. Rustic out of the stretch. 3-10 left-handed, hard smash to third. Brassou to hunt for one, to Cranepool, 5-4-3 double play. A second double play turned by the Mets, and that'll end the top of the second. No runs, no hits, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the inning, still 1-0 St. Louis. And Ron Swoboda will start things off for New York. Swoboda hitting just .169, 1 homer, 13 RBIs. Stallard gets the sign from Corrales now. Here's the pitch. It's a 6-8 right-handed. That's ripped into left center. Triple to 3. That's going to be a long single for Ron Swoboda, and the leadoff man is aboard here in the bottom of the second. Swoboda normally not a threat to run, but let's check that St. Louis battery. Stallard with a poor +5. Corrales 0. So Swoboda at 18, and he has a 5 and 6 to get the lead. 18. So the Cardinals will have to hold him on at 16, and he's going to roll for the lead. He needs a 5 or a 6. 8, he does not get it. And here's the pitch to Ed Cranepool. From the stretch, it's a 5-3 left-handed fly ball right field X. Tough chance for Shannon, a good outfielder, 2E5. Spreading towards the line now on a 6. He makes an incredible running catch to take a base hit away from Cranepool. That's going to be a web jam. A fine play by Mike Shannon in right. That'll bring up the third baseman, Eddie Brassou. Brassou hitting .241, 2 homers, 8 RBIs. Stallard checks the runner. From the stretch, it's a 4-10 righty. Fly ball to shallow center. Here comes Flood, waiting, and puts it away. Flood, as usual, covers a lot of ground out there. And here's the shortstop, Roy McMillan. McMillan hitting just .211, 1 homer, 9 RBIs. Stallard's pitch is a 2-4 right-handed. He lifts it to right field, playable for Shannon, and that's going to wrap up the second inning. No runs to hit, a man left. Through 2, the score remains the same. And pitchers will lead off both ends of the third inning as the Cardinals come to bat. Tracy Stallard steps to the plate, a right-handed hitter. Rustic's pitch on a 1-6 struck him out. First strikeout of the game by either side. That'll bring up the leadoff man, Julian Javier. Rustic into the windup now. 5-4 right-handed. It's a grounder to third base X. That's going to challenge Brassou, who's a 427, and here's the play. On a 19, he makes a fine play and throws him out. Nice play, Eddie Brassou. Two down, nobody on. Here's Gagliano. Reached on an error in the first. Scored the game's only run so far as Rustic comes set. The pitch is a 4-5 righty, and that is ripped over the head of Lewis in center. Triple to 12, and that's going to be a double for Gagliano on the 18. Gagliano in scoring position once again. And with 2 down, it'll be up to Curt Flood. Flood an RBI single in the first, stole second, and was stranded there. Rustic getting the sign. Here's the pitch now on a 6-5 right-handed. That is a fly ball to right field, playable for Luplow, who puts it away to retire the side. No runs, a hit, 1 left for St. Louis. And it's still 1-0, headed to the bottom of the third. I have to say I haven't even completely unpacked yet. Definitely a bit road weary still, but it'll be fine. It'll all come together at its own pace. I was going through a lot of my videos last night. I had a ton of footage. A lot of it, unfortunately, has music in the background, the footage from the car, and the ones with music, of course, I can't use here. But there will probably be a few things I can put up. Bottom of the third. Rustic leads it off. He's a right-handed hitter. Facing Stallard, of course. And here's the pitch on a 3-5. Grounder to short, routine for McMillan, routine for Maxville, who throws him out. And like I said, chipping the rust off a bit. Here's Lewis now. Stallard gets the sign. The windup, the pitch, 3-9 right-handed. Struck him out. Called strike 3. Yeah, that's the first strikeout for Stallard in the ball game. 2 down, nobody on. Here's Ron Hunt. Stallard gets his sign. The pitch on a 4-7 right-handed. Base hit up the mid to right field. Blame that on my eyes. I thought I saw center field there at first. Clearly 4-7, a single to right. And Hunt held at 18. But with that 8 and 10 automatic caught, that's going to serve as a deterrent, and they'll let Luplow swing away. Luplow doubled his first time up. Stallard, a glance at the runner, now comes to the plate, 5-10 left-handed, grounder shortstop X. That's Maxville. Maxville, a good shortstop, 228. Here's the play. Into the hole he goes. On a 2, he's not going to get that. He knocks it down, but has no play. That's going to go as an infield single for Luplow. Hunt stopping at second. So the Mets with runners at first and second, 2 away. And the cleanup hitter, John Stevenson at the plate. I don't know. We might want to see what Westrom was nipping on that day when he made this lineup out. Anyway, Stevenson it is. Stallard's pitch. 111 right-handed, and he hits him. That's going to load the bases. We're going to roll for it. No further action, and the bases are loaded as Stallard plunks Stevenson. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and Ron Swoboda at the plate. Swoboda singled his first time up. Stallard checking the sign. Here's the pitch. It's a 6-7 right-handed liner to third. Single to 4, and it's speared there by Buchek, and that ends the threat. So the Mets leave the bases loaded. The opportunity goes a begging there. 3 innings in the books. Still 1-0 Cardinals. And a cruise on the Thames. Sounds like you're having the time of your life, Larry. Rustic rated 5 for starter endurance, in case you're wondering. Shannon, Buchek, and Brock due for St. Louis. Shannon walked his first time up. Boy, it sure is, Kathy. I've made some modifications to mine with a lumbar support and a neck support. But really, I don't do any distance anymore. I keep it pretty moderate, low to moderate. Shannon standing in, Rustic with the pitch. It's a 5-4 right-hander. That's going to be a grounder to third base X. Pursuit will be tested again. 427. And here's the play on a 20. He's got it. Strong throw across in time. 5-3-X. Thank you, Ben, for fielding that question. Ben was also involved in the making of the rule. And here's Buchek. Rustic gets the sign. The pitch on a 6-7 right-handed fly ball B. We're going to say that's to center field. It doesn't say. Lewis will make the catch. And there's 2 down. Yeah, some of those computer-only cards don't give you all the information. You could put anything in there. Lou Brock 0 for 1. Rustic gets the sign. The windup, the pitch on a 1-5. He struck him out. A 1-2-3 inning for Rustic. So Dick Rustic so far faring considerably better in his second start. Definitely, Bill. Go for it. I'd kind of let that slide, but that was just an absent-mindedness on my part, not intentional. I love the trivia. I tell you, Kathy, I can certainly see why more people drive trucks and SUVs, sit up high. On the other hand, then you sacrifice some gas mileage, so I don't know. I mean, I'm happy with my car. It's fine. I've just always driven sedans. I'm not really one for change. And before we go to the bottom of the fourth, here's the trivia from Bill Ivemy. 4 World Series champs in the 60s finished below 500 the next year. Any ideas? Wow, 4. I think I know 1, possibly 2. As we move to the bottom of the fourth, Ed Kranepool will start it off for the Mets. Kranepool flew to right his first time up. Stallard gets the sign here from Corrales. The pitch is a 4-9 left-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Second K for Tracy Stallard, who's also 5-inning endurance. And here's the third baseman, Pursuit. Stallard into the windup. 1-9 right-handed. That's a high fly ball to deep left field. Backing up is Brock. At the track, at the wall, it's gone. Holy smokes. Home run, Eddie Pursuit, and this game is tied. On a 1-9 homer to 5, he rolled the 4. And for Eddie, trying to find him here. That's home run number 3 on the season. And that ties the ball game. I would have said the Dodgers and the Mets. Yep. Here's McMillan now, 0 for 1. Stallard into the windup. 3-6 righties, a hard smash to third, fielded by Buchek, who throws him out, 2 down. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Dick Rustick. Right-handed hitter, here's the pitch. 6-5 righty, grounder down to third. Buchek again, over to Gagliano, and that'll do it. But the Mets tie it up on the solo blast by Eddie Brosseau. After 4 innings of play, it's a 1-1 tie. First endurance inning for both starting pitchers as we move to the 5th inning. Bottom third of the order for St. Louis. Pat Corrales will lead it off. Corrales was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning. Rustick gets the sign. The windup and the pitch is a 2-2 left-handed liner right into the glove of Jerry right into the glove of Jerry Eddie Brosseau. I beg your pardon. Had to be 67, Bill. They went right into the tank after Koufax retired, if I remember right. Oh, Mike says 64. Here's Maxville 0 for 1. Rustick gets the sign. The pitch is a 2-9. Left-handed, and he loses in ball 4. A 1-out walk to Dal Maxville. Oh, that's right. That's right. So 60. What other year did they do? 63? I don't think I got any of them right. I thought it would have been the Mets. Stallard, a D bunter in a bunting situation. He's going to square to bunt as a D. 8D, he bunts into the force play. Leading runner is out. That's going to go 3-4. Maxville erased. So a poor bunt by Stallard. Stallard at first, 2 down, and here's Javier. The pitch from Rustick. 2-11 lefty. Foul ball on the left side. Brosseau over by the railing, and he puts it away to retire the side. No runs, no hits, a man left, and we're halfway through in a 1-1 pitcher's duel. What did I say at the start of the game? Oh my goodness. We're going to see a lot of runs today. I jinxed it. I'll bet he did. So we've got the Dodgers, the Orioles. I think Mangler might have it with the 62 Yankees. Not sure, though. In fact, I'm going to get some coffee. We'll see if anybody can get the last one. Ben. I never heard of Rustic either. I have heard of Stallard, and I'm not quite sure why. But I know there's a reason. I think he was involved in something significant. First inning of potential fatigue for Mr. Stallard as we go to the bottom of the fifth. Top of the order for the Mets. That's right. That's right. Yep, I remember that now. There it is, Bill. Thank you. Yep. I knew that's a name I've heard a lot over the years. I just couldn't remember why. Lewis 0 for 2. Stallard into the windup. 4-8 left-handed. It's a high fly ball to right field. Backing up is Shannon to 16. At the wall, it's gone. Home run Lewis, and the Mets take the lead. For the Mets, 2 runs on 2 solo home runs. And for Johnny Lewis, his second of the season. Corrales out to the mound to check on Stallard. The left-hander Hal Woodashik takes off the jacket and begins to toss in the St. Louis pen. Oh, nice, Kelly. I'll tell you one thing, that 72 Sutton card is a humdinger, isn't it? He was on my very first keeper team, and we drafted a league with 8 guys with the 71 cards. And when that 72 card came out, Sutton was instrumental in getting that team to winning the league in its second year of existence. The batter will be Ron Hunt. The Mets lead at 2-1. Stallard into the windup. That's going to be a 4-8. That's a base hit into left field, and Hunt is aboard. And now one more hitter walk will fatigue Stallard. Many people forget that a few games were lopped off of the 72 season due to a short strike. That's the one, I call it the forgotten strike. Luplow 2 for 2 on the day. Stallard in trouble as he comes set from the stretch on a 4-4 left-handed. That's catcher's card. Corrales a 2E12. And here's the play on a 15. It's a pass ball followed by a foul out. So give Corrales a pass ball. Hunt to second. Luplow retired, and with 1 out, John Stevenson will be the batter. Stevenson was plunked his last time up, 0 for 1. Stallard comes in there with a 4-7 left-handed. That's a fly ball to center field, backing up his Flood. Double to 8, and that's over Flood's head for extra bases. Here comes Hunt. He can try to score. 14, Flood a 0. With 1 out, they're going to hold him up. No, Hunt's on second. That's what I was wondering when you could probably hear it in my voice even. Why is he not scoring automatically? Hunt scores from second on the double by Stevenson. Sorry for the confusion. I forgot to mark it. Threw myself off. He scores! He does score. That makes it 3-1 New York, and the batter is Swoboda. And Stallard is fatigued, and here comes Shane Dienst. So Stallard, an early exit. He goes 4 1/3 today. 2, 4, 5, 8 hits, 3 runs so far. The runner at second is his responsibility. Did not walk anyone, but he hit a batter. And he struck out just 2. So here comes Woodashik. Hal Woodashik, a left-hander. Having a good season, 2-2 with a 3.12 in 15 appearances, 26 innings of work. '65 Cardinals, there it is. A group effort. In losses, probably Cy Young. Runner at second, 1 away, Woodashik in. Swoboda 1 for 2, and here's the pitch. 3-11 left-handed, grounded down to third. Buchek has it, looks the runner back, and throws him out. That'll leave it up to Kranepool, who's 0 for 2. Left-on-left matchup. On a 5-12 lefty, it's a grounder to second base X. That's going to be Javier, a good second baseman, 2-15. To his left, takes the play. It's a 7. He's there and throws him out to end the inning. But the Mets score twice. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 left. And they take a 3-1 lead after 5 complete. Home run by Johnny Lewis. So 3 runs allowed by Stallard. Close the book on him. Hello, Unmitigated. Thank you kindly. Second endurance inning for Rustic, who will be on a short leash now. In fact, looking ahead with all the right-handers, Larry Bernarth begins to toss in the New York pen. It'll be Gagliano, Flood, and Shannon for St. Louis. I would think probably if anybody gets on, they'll pull Rustic, who has a terrible card. He's actually good against lefties, but really bad against right-handers. Phil Gagliano, 1 for 2. The windup and the pitch from Rustic is a 3-6, and he loses in ball 4, and here comes Western, and that's going to do it right there. Third walk issued by Rustic. He also hit a batter, and he's out of the game. In jogs Bernarth. So 5+ for Rustic. 2 hits, a run unearned. So a nice job for the youngster. He did walk 3 and hit a batter. Struck out a pair. And he'll yield to the right-hander, Larry Bernarth. Bernarth 3-2 with a save, ERA high at 5.93, but you're looking at the Mets bullpen, who doesn't have a high ERA. Flood 1 for 2. Bernarth working from the stretch. The pitch to Flood is a 4-9. That's a base hit into left center. Double on a 1 only. It'll be a single for Flood with Gagliano scooting over to third base. So runners on the corners, the tying runs aboard for St. Louis, and nobody out in the 6th. Mike Shannon is the hitter. Mets will play it back. They'll give up a run for the double play. Bernarth from the stretch. 110 right-handed. Grounder to third base. Brassou has it to Hunt for 1 to Kranepool. 5-4-3 double play. Gagliano scores on the play, but the bases are wiped clean in a 3-2 game. And Jerry Buchek up there with 2 down and nobody on. Bernarth with the windup and the pitch. It's a 2-5 right-handed. He struck him out. So Bernarth gets the job done. Cardinals settle for 1 on 1 hit, nobody left, and it's 3-2 Mets. And welcome to Buddy Budman. His answer is always Old Hoss Radford. When it comes to the 1800s, that is. Cleaning my glasses. Whew. It's Pud Galvin. Well done. Here's Hal Woodishick taking the mound. Bottom third of the order for the Mets. Brassou 1 for 2 with a home run. Woodishick into the windup. That's going to be a 4-5 right-handed. Fly ball to right, playable. Shannon is there and puts it away. I'll be darned. I'm responding to Ben's comment now. I do know Dave, yeah. Got myself some coffee per his suggestion, the Mick Cafe. That puts me kind of on the fence because I don't really like to support McDonald's. And I may have to give it a try. McMillan 0 for 2. Woodishick gets the sign. Comes in with a 2-9 left-handed. Fly ball to left field. Can of corn for Brock. He makes the grab, and there's 2 down quickly in the bottom of the inning. Sixth inning, they're going to let Bernarth bat. He is a 1 right-handed hitter. With 2 outs and nobody on, it's a 6-8, and Woodishick walks him. Woodishick noticeably angry with himself for walking the pitcher. And that'll bring up Lewis, and the Mets might make a move here in center. they could get a right-handed batter up there and better defense, and that's what they're going to do. Is Cleon Jones will hit for Lewis and take over in center. Jones, of course, a fan favorite here. Runner at first, 2 away. Woodishit gets the sign from the stretch. It's a 5-6 righty. Grounder down to third. Buchet goes to Javier, fielder's choice. And the side is retired. 6 innings in the books. It's 3-2 Mets. Staying in the game in center, of course, Cleon Jones. And Barnarth out for his second inning of work here as we move to the 7th inning. I will do that, Ben. I'll have to look it up on my Amazon purchases. I'll send you the link. And if I forget, don't hesitate to send me a gentle reminder. I'll give you a swift kick in the ass. From Patton, of course. Brock Corrales in Maxville. Lou Brock 0 for 2 today as Barnarth gets the sign. Here's the windup on the pitch to Brock. It's a 4-8. That's going to be a high fly ball to deep right field. Backing up his loop low at the track at the wall. He leaps up and makes the catch at the wall. Can you believe it, on a 20? 4-8 lefty homer to 19. And Luplo climbs the wall and brings it back, robbing Brock of a home run. What would have been a game-tying home run. Holy cow. Brock kicks the dirt in disgust. And with 1 away, Pat Corrales will be the hitter. 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch. Barnarth into the windup. 1-6, struck him out. Second strikeout for Barnarth. And here's Maxville, and here's the pitch. 1-4, fly ball to right field. Can of corn for Luplo. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Barnarth. As we go to the stretch, it's 3-2 Mets. It bears pointing out that Jack Hamilton is now officially the stopper in the Met pen. He appeared in this game in relief in real life. How do I know that? Well, he's made all of his 13 starts. And now we're going to take a short break for the stretch. We're going to see what Mookie's up to. Unfortunately, not much. Probably much more interesting shots of Mookie on some of my vacation uploads. I've got to find that one where all those crows were dive bombing around the balcony. That was the last place I stayed at in Seaside. And I don't think Mookie had ever seen a crow before, or a bird of that size for that matter. All the birds out back here are fairly small. There's our Mook. I see they made some changes to the format here on Streamlabs too in my absence. Toots's, the driving cat. Well, I guess he can drive, but just not very well. He's happy to be up in his perch, that's for sure. He sure was a good sport, though, on the road for 16 days. Yep, very good traveler. Yeah, he sleeps a lot in the car. That doesn't stop him from napping. And of course, I appeased him with a lot of extra treats. I even tried, as usual, to let him sample some of my food, but he's never shown any interest in eating people food. I know, I think I'm more tired than Mook. God, it was nice to sleep in my own bed last night, you know? Woodashik, due to lead off the 8th, will at least start the bottom of the 7th. I know, but I love the curtain bracket. That might be my favorite of the little Mookie shorts. I expected him to get on top of that closet thingamajig, but I did not expect him to try to crawl across the top of the drapes. Ron Hunt will lead it off. Woodashik ready to go to work here. 3-2 Mets, bottom of the 7th. Woodashik into the windup. That's going to be a 2-2 lefty. Grounder to second base, fielded by Javier, who throws him out, and there's one down. We'll see about Luplo now. The Mets have already used Cleon Jones. And Luplo actually not bad against left-handers. We're going to let him stay in. The pitch from Woodashik. 6-4 lefty, a grounder to second. It's Javier again. Flips it over to Gagliano, 2 down. And the Mets will call Stevenson back with 2 down. I don't often hit for the catcher, but for some reason, I really want to get Jerry Grody into the game today. Every game is different, you know, as far as your state of mind at the time you're playing it. But Grody, a 2 with a -1 arm and a right-handed batter. So he'll bat here with 2 outs, nobody on. Woodashik into the windup. 3-6 lefty. Ripped into left center for a base hit. Triple to 3. That's going to be a long single for Jerry Grody. So Grody comes off the bench and delivers a 2-out single. And that'll bring up Swoboda. Swoboda 1 for 3. And here's the pitch from Woodashik. 1-7 lefty, a grounder down to third. Buchek charges it, gloves it on the run to Gagliano, and the side is retired. No runs to hit, a man left. We're through 7 in a 3-2 game. Mets leading. Checking the rest of the Mets defense. On at second, right, Grody left. Brissou at third, but he's due to bat second. Yeah, we're going to take him out anyway. Ken Boyer will come on and take over at third. 226 and a 12 runner. And that's it. It's the only changes, except for one. With 2 innings out of Barnarth, they're going to go ahead and bring in Jack Hamilton. This will be Hamilton's 4th relief appearance. And from the Mets' perspective, it's finally good to have someone, I'm not saying he's great, but to have somebody they can count on to close out games out of the pen. Barnarth, however, was very effective in his 2 innings. Just 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Hamilton 4-5 with a 2.84 ERA. And the Cardinals will start the 8th inning by sending up a pinch hitter for Woodishick. For Woodishick, 2 2/3 innings today. Just 1 hit, no runs. Walked 1, did not strike out a batter. And against the right-hander, they're going to go to the left-hander, Tito Francona. Francona on the year hitting just .218 in 55 at-bats, 2 home runs. Hamilton ready to go to work. Here's the windup on the pitch to Tito. It's a 6-2 left-handed grounder down to first. Taken there by Cranepool. Feeds Hamilton covering. And Francona is retired. 1 away. Top of the order. Here's Julian Javier. Hamilton gets the sign. The windup and the pitch is a 2-7 righty. A grounder to short. Fielded there by McMillan, who throws him out. 2 away quickly. Here's Gagliano now. The windup and the pitch is a 6-2 grounder down to third base. Fielded there by Boyer, who throws him out. And it's a clean inning for Jack Hamilton. Hamilton looking for his first save of the season. The Mets hope the first of many. Trailing by a run with left, right due up. Only one real choice here, and that's Horner, who pitched in this game in real life. Horner has just been magnificent this season so far. He's 1-2 with 6 saves, an ERA of 2 even. 13 appearances, only 18 innings of work, just 12 hits allowed. An excellent question from Ben. Perhaps somebody can field that one. Thank you, Bill. Cranepool, Boyer, and McMillan as we go to the bottom of the 8th in a tight ball game. Not the game we were expecting, is it? Thank you, Mike. Good to see you. Cranepool 0 for 3 today. Horner into the windup. 2-9 left-handed. That is ripped into the right center gap. Double to 13. Rounding first, headed for second, and he's in there with a 2-base hit to lead off the bottom of the 8th. The Mets looking for some insurance here in the bottom of the 8th, as Ken Boyer comes to bat for his first plate appearance of the afternoon. Boyer on the season, .233 average, and leads the club in homers with 7 and RBIs with 31. Horner checks the runner. The windup and the pitch is a 1-7 left-handed who, right in the heart of his good column, he rolls over it to short. Maxville gloves it, looks the runner back, and throws him out. Here's McMillan. 0 for 3 today as Horner set delivers a 4-9 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Oh man, I should have double switched with Hamilton. Right-handers due up. They got to let Hamilton bat. He's the only one in the pen that I have any confidence at all in. On a 1-7, struck him out. So that was my bad. I apologize. I should have double switched when I brought Hamilton in. So here we go to the 9th inning. Mets 3, Cardinals 2. Jack Hamilton trying for his first save of the season. And a good time to thank everybody for being here. Let me check the room count here. We've got 15 in here. Which I think is pretty darn good, seeing as I haven't been on here in over 2 weeks. Heart of the order for the Cardinals. It won't be easy for Hamilton. Flood is 2 for 3 on the day. Hamilton gets the sign from Grody. The pitch to Flood on a 1-8, hard smash to third, fielded by Boyer, who throws him out 1 down. The Mets 2 outs away from sweeping the 3-game series from the Cardinals. And here's Mike Shannon, 0 for 2 with a walk. Hamilton gets the sign, the windup, the pitch. 4-4 righty, fly to center field X. That's going to be Cleon Jones now in center. Cleon a 3-E8, and here's the play. On a 3, he's not going to get it. That's down for a base hit, and Shannon reaches. Tying run on board with 1 down. Hamilton a +3 hold. Grody a -1 alarm, that's +2. 17 held on at 15. And Shannon's going to roll for the lead. 2 through 5 or 12. 6, he does not get it. And Buchek will hit away. Hamilton from the stretch. 5-8 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Down goes Buchek. And Hamilton 1 out away from his first save, and the hitter will be Lou Brock. Brock, a rough day at the plate, 0 for 3. Bounced to first in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th, flew to right in the 7th. Hamilton gets the sign. The pitch to Brock on a 4-7 lefty, just outside, ball 4. You can hear some groans in the crowd on that one. And the tying run is in scoring position. The batter is Corrales. No, it's not going to be Corrales. He's terrible against righties. It's going to be McCarver. As much as I want to see Hamilton get the save, you gotta play it straight. McCarver on the year, a .324 average, 3 homers, 25 RBIs. Huge at bat here. Hamilton checks the runners, the full windup. The pitch to McCarver on a 5-9 lefty, grounder to short X. That's McMillan. This should do it, 3-E-20. Here's the play on a 4. He doesn't get it. He knocks it down but has no play, and the bases will be loaded. An infield single for McCarver. To second goes Brock. To third goes Shannon. And the fans getting nervous here. The fans on their feet for Dal Maxville. Maxville's had the hottest bat on the Cardinals team of late. Oh for 2 with a walk today. Hamilton trying to nail it down. Crowd on its feet. The windup. The pitch to Maxville. 3-9 righty. He struck him out. And the Cardinals leave the bases loaded. The Mets win it 3-2. The Mets have a 5-game winning streak now and complete the sweep of the Cardinals. Bada boom. Hamilton picks up his first save. A 2-inning save, 2 hits and a walk, no runs allowed, struck out a pair. And the winning pitcher, Dick Rustick, squares his record at 1-1. Tracy Stallard takes the loss. He's 0-2. Horner in his inning gave up 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and struck out a pair. And we expected, or at least I expected, an offensive game with those 2 starting pitchers. Man, we got a treat today. That was a good game. Player of the game, anyone? The RBIs were spread among 3 players. I don't really see a huge standout here. It could go to any number of guys. Well, I'm waiting for your input on that. Yeah, I like that, Ben. Luplo with the home run rob. That was a game-saving play. Rustick certainly overachieved for that card, but he only went 5 innings. Yeah, Hamilton's a good choice as well. The Mets in winning tally 3 runs on 10 hits, 1 error. The Cardinals 2 runs, only 5 hits, no errors. Looks like more people are for Luplo, and you know what? I'm just going to go with that. Good to be back. You have no idea. That was fun. A little rusty, but we'll get there. Tomorrow's game, Atlanta Braves at Philadelphia Phillies. Ken Johnson for Atlanta. Rick Wise for the Phillies. And with that, I want to thank everybody again for being here, watching, supporting the channel. And I'm going to go round up some lunch. So take care, everybody. Enjoy your evening, and hopefully see you all tomorrow at the usual time. Boy, that sounds great just to say that. Tomorrow at the usual time. Bye for now. Thanks, everybody. It means a lot.